Hey, it's Eric DeSando. Thanks for showing up on my vlog. Today we're going to talk about beliefs and how you can mind fuck into what you want. Which sounds a little gross, but you'll understand in a minute. I have been in the contest business for a long time now, actually. After I sold my agency and after I produced television for kids, I got into the contest business with Miss USA, Miss Universe. I worked for Donald Trump and his organization. And you can see here is one of the years I did. This is California. I did about a dozen different states. And a lot of women would say, I can't believe I didn't do well. I can't believe I didn't win. How did she win? And it was kind of a mystery until I read this book. Also, just in sports, how did that 2004 Red Sox team win after being down 3-0 to the Yankees and coming back and winning 4 straight, which has never been done before or after? You know, how did David beat Goliath? And of course, when I was in the casting business, casting TV and commercials and film, which I did for 6 years, and I had an agency for another 9 where we had people going on auditions. Some could book, some couldn't. It was all based on this very simple premise. So in this book, there's a great story that I want to quickly read you. So, and again, this is a book that was written a long time ago. So the author is talking about he goes, one afternoon I got the sudden impulse to leave for the mainland. He was on a ship. It was about closing time when I appeared at the ticket agency to discern what reservations I could get, and I was told the ship was leaving the next day at noon and I could get only one remaining cabin ticket. I purchased it, and the next day, a few minutes before noon, as I started up the gangplank, in an offhanded manner, I said to myself, and I recommend you talk out loud to yourself, by the way, guys, because it's really powerful. He said, "They treat you like a king on the Empress of Japan. The least you can do here is to sit at the captain's table. Sure, you'll sit at the captain's table," that's what he said to himself on the way up the plank. The ship got underway, and as we steamed out of the harbor, word was received from the dining room steward for passengers to appear in the dining room for assignment to tables. About half the assignments had been made when I came upon him. He asked me for my ticket, which I placed on the table. He glanced at it and then said to me, "Oh, yes, you're in table A, seat number 5. It was the captain's table, and I was seated directly across from him. Many things happened aboard that ship which pertained to the subject, the most prominent being a party supposed to be in the honor of my birthday, just an idea of the captain's, because my birthday was months off. Later, when I found myself lecturing, I thought it would be well to get a letter from the captain substantiating the story, and I wrote to him. He replied, you know, sometimes as we go through life, instinctively we get the idea to do this or that. That noon, I was sitting in the doorway of my cabin watching the passengers come up the gangplank. And as you came aboard, something told me to seat you at my table. Beyond that, I cannot explain. Any more than I can explain how I can frequently stop my ship at the right spot at the pier at the first try. People that have heard the story, people who know nothing about the magic of believing, have declared it was just a mere coincidence that the captain selected me. However, I, the author, am certain it wasn't. And I'm also certain that the captain, who knows considerable about the science, will agree with me. Look at guys. I had beautiful people at my old agency. I had people you know, like Eva Longoria, like Meghan Markle, Jill Marie Jones, I mean tons. I had a lot of people that didn't make it, that just couldn't go in a room and book. And I am 100% certain that these people that I mentioned that you would know of went in the room and just told the casting director through their mind that I'm the choice for you. It's a combination of great confidence, an amazing awareness, and a feeling that it's natural that it should happen. There's some combination that makes it happen. So when this dude was going up that plank and actually saying out loud, although you can think it too, that I should be seated at the table with the captain, and that captain was in his cabin, he didn't hear that. It was dropped into his brain. Now, how can that happen? How do you drop something in the brain? Well, it's no different than you saying an email out to somebody. We are all on the same internet. We're all connected. We're all the same in different forms. So because of that, you can drop something into another form's mind because the other form is basically you. It's an ocean where you're a wave, and Mako here who's filming this is a wave. And people basically mind fuck other people into their lives. And I say that without, like, I'm not saying it in a negative way. I think you have to learn how to do this. I think that the reason you don't get the job is you don't believe you deserve it. I believe, and not only you get to believe you deserve it, you have to know it. K-N-O-W. So this book, which it's filled with nuggets. I mean, this is stuff in here that we'll talk about that'll blow your mind, that was written before any of us were born, before there was anything but, I don't know if there's TV back then. It was like, it's like 1947. I don't think there's a TV. I don't think it was, maybe there was black and white. I don't know.
Black and white, maybe.
Radio for sure.
I Love Lucy? Was that 40s?
Yeah, right. Well, I don't know if the
47s?
Maybe. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I have to look that up. But I know one thing's for sure. It was a different world, of course. And the stuff he talks about women in here is so relevant today. I can't wait to do that blog, because he basically predicts what happened to women in the last 10 years, which has been phenomenal as well. So start to get confidence, action, knowing, and start to realize that you can manipulate your environment through these feelings. And before you go into any audition, any job interview, anything, get big. As I've mentioned before, get big, get your testosterone out, walk in the room and say out loud before you go in, and in your head when you go in, you need me, you want me, you need to have me. Try it and get back to me and tell me how it works in the comments below. Okay guys, have a great day today. Go rock it.